All right, let's dive into a topic that, let's be honest, can be super stressful for new leaders. How do you manage a team where you are the youngest person in the room? It is a massive challenge. And today, we are going to break down exactly how to handle it like a pro.
I mean, really think about it. Have you ever been in that, well, slightly awkward spot where you're leading someone who's been on this planet and in the workforce for decades longer than you? It's a special kind of pressure, right? And if you've felt that, trust me, you are not alone.
So here's the secret sauce, the big idea we're going to unpack. This isn't about you proving you know all the latest software or that you have a fancy new job title. Nope. The real key, the thing that makes all the difference, is winning the hearts and minds of your team.
So here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll look at the dilemma itself. Then, the core challenges you're up against. After that, we'll get into the winning hearts strategy. Then, the art of leading with a step-by-step playbook. And we'll wrap up with one final powerful lesson. You ready? Let's get into it.
Okay, first up, let's just sit with the dilemma for a second. The situation is simple. You're the young boss, and that can feel like a very big problem. It creates this unique dynamic that you have to navigate.
And listen, this feeling, it's not just in your head. It is, for real, one of the most stressful situations a new manager can walk into. You're trying to earn respect, prove you deserve the job, and juggle some pretty complex human emotions. It's a lot. So, if we're going to tackle this, we have to know exactly what we're up against. Let's break down the core challenges, the stuff you absolutely need to be aware of. Really, it all comes down to these three things. First, you're almost guaranteed to face some skepticism about whether you're up to the job. Second, you might have clashing work styles. You know, your fast-paced, digital-first way versus their more traditional methods. And finally, and this one's huge, there's the psychological pressure you put on yourself not to fail.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? This is the little voice, sometimes unspoken, sometimes not, in the back of their minds. What is this kid gonna teach me? It perfectly captures that skepticism. And you know what? Acknowledging that it's there is the very first step to getting past it.
Okay, so we get the problem, we see the challenges. Now let's talk about the solution. And it's not a tactic, it's a total shift in your philosophy. It's what we're calling the winning heart strategy.
Now this is so important. The big mistake is trying to lead with your title, pulling rank. That will get you nowhere. The real path forward is to lead with your virtue, with your character, your humility, your integrity. Your position might get you compliance, but your character will earn you respect.
So you're probably thinking, okay, great, lead with virtue, but how do I actually do that? Well, this next part is your actionable playbook. These are the practical, everyday things you can do to master the art of leading.
Strategy number one, and it is the most important by far, is to show genuine respect for their experience. Look, just because you're the boss doesn't mean you know everything. Their years in the trenches are an incredible resource, a goldmine of knowledge, and your job is to tap into it.
And here it is. This is the magic phrase. Something just like this. When you ask this question, you're not giving up your authority. You're actually strengthening it. You're showing you're smart enough to listen to wise counsel. It makes them feel valued, seen, and like a crucial part of the team. Next up, strategy number 2. It sounds simple, but it is a game changer. Just listen more than you speak. Seriously, these folks have stories, they have lessons learned the hard way. Giving them the space to share and actually hearing them out is one of the deepest forms of respect you can offer. Okay, this one's a big one. You have to manage your ego. Get comfortable saying, I don't know. Get strong enough to say, I messed up. And please understand that asking for their help is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of a confident leader. This is how you win hearts.
Strategy 4 is all about professionalism. You need to be the anchor of emotional maturity on the team. You've got to respect the basic norms of politeness, and you must live by that golden rule of management. Praise them in front of everyone, but if you have criticism, you deliver it one-on-one, in private, with respect. No exceptions.
And our fifth strategy is all about how you use your words. Never, ever lead with an accusation like, you did this wrong. That just shuts people down. Instead, turn it into a collaborative question. Hey, what if we tried this instead to get a better result? See the difference? One is a judgment, the other is an invitation to solve a problem together.
All right, we've covered the what, the why, and the how. Now let's bring this all home with a final lesson. A simple metaphor that's going to help you remember how respect actually grows over time.
I want you to think of it like this. Earning their respect is not something that happens overnight. It's like planting a tree. You can't just expect it to bear fruit on day one. It takes time, it takes patience, and it takes consistent, dedicated care.
And this is how that metaphor connects to everything we've talked about. Adding fertilizer? That's you giving them value and recognition. Watering it regularly? That's you consistently collaborating and listening. And pruning the branches? That's how you guide and correct them, gently, with purpose and respect.
And here's the payoff. If you do all that work, if you tend to your team like a patient gardener, that tree will eventually bear fruit. And that fruit is incredible results, a great team culture, and amazing work. And when that happens, everyone will see you as a true leader. Your age? It will be the last thing on anyone's mind. Which brings us to the single most important takeaway of all. You just can't demand respect. It doesn't work that way. But you can, through your actions every single day, make yourself worthy of it. So I'll leave you with one final question to really think about. Knowing all this, what's your first step? How are you going to start planting your tree and earning that respect with your team starting right now?